Hi, Captain Al Lorenzetti here for SkimmerOutdoors.com, Trophy Fishing Tackle, Bergen Bay Docks, and Patty Ann Charters, bringing you the weekend update and fishing report. This for the weekend of September 9th, 10th, and 11th, I guess it would be. And let's see, looking at the weather looks good, all right, but the ocean is up from all the northeast winds we've had all week. So we're talking like it's going to be 5 foot, you know, Friday, Saturday, and 4 foot on Sunday. So it looks like it's going to be an inshore weekend of fishing. So what else? So what's going on? Some reports that the, as we like to call it, the Rockaway Canyon is starting to happen, catching big bluefin tuna within sight of land. It seems like the tuna fish are hanging around that line of all those container ships that are anchored out, waiting to get into port of New York. So somewhere in that neighborhood, I don't know guys exactly how they're catching them, if they're doing the bunker thing, or they're trolling Joe Shoots or whatever, but you know, everybody's kind of, you know, closed mouth about techniques. So, so there's some fish around. The canyon's pretty hot now. Good bunch of bluefin out there. Good mix of yellowfin too. A little inshore of that. As I mentioned, it seems like the same area. We're talking to Bacardi, that region, the Coimbra I heard south, but Maiden Creek. There was a good bite of yellowfin there. A guy had them all top water, really beating them up. So, and in Montauk, they're close to Montauk, just within sight of Block Island, they're catching tuna fish out there. And while I mentioned in Montauk, my good buddy Scott Leonard on Top Gun Sportfish Charters, he had a 14.5-pound fluke this past week. So, I mean, he's catching some really big fish out there. He'll be coming back to Babylon in 2 or 3 weeks. And let's see, inshore. I've been fishing, catching some keeper fluke. Again, it's pretty tough. Most of my days I'm catching anywhere from 1 to 3 nice keepers. And every day I'm catching a limit of weak fish. So the weak fishing is really hot right now, if you know what you're doing and you know where to go. But it's all the typical spots where you find them. They're starting to gang up now, starting to move, feeding really big time on the peanut bunker. And that's another point. I was driving across the bay the other day and was fairly calm. There's just acres and acres of peanut bunker in the bay. I don't think I've ever seen so many. Usually you see them up in the creeks and such, but now they're out in the wide open bay, massive schools of them. So when they start pushing out, I'll tell you what, I'm looking for a really good fall here. I think the striped bass fishery and this weak fish thing is going to be fantastic with all this bait around. So I'm sure within 2 weeks I'm going to be catching striped bass. In fact, I heard stories, there's still a couple around right now, you know, 30-inch fish, that type of thing, 24 to 30-inch. So I'm going to start targeting them next week as soon as this weather settles down, and I'm sure they're going to be there. Bottom fishing is really good now. September's a cool month. All kinds of mixed type of fishing going on. Bottom fishing, fluke fishing, there's bluefish around, there's weak fish around. At the end of September, striped bass starts. So, you know, it's a mixed bag time of the year. You can pretty much catch anything out there. So fishing is pretty decent. We just need the ocean to settle down. So it looks like mid next week, things are going to settle down again in the ocean. So I guess that's about it for this week. And we'll keep you posted and let you know what's happening next week. Hi, Captain Al Lorenzetti here for